Former U.S. Congressman as well as U.S. Senate candidate Beto O'Rourke, he says he is ready to challenge Republican Texas Governor Greg Abbott in the race next year. He made the announcement official today.
I'm running for governor, and I want to tell you why. This past February, when the electricity grid failed and millions of our fellow Texans were without power, which meant that the lights wouldn't turn on, the heat wouldn't run, and pretty soon their pipes froze and the water stopped flowing, they were abandoned by those who were elected to serve and look out for them. It's a symptom of a much larger problem that we have in Texas right now. Those in positions of public trust have stopped listening to, serving, and paying attention to, and trusting the people of Texas. And so they're not focused on the things that we really want them to do, like making sure that we have a functioning electricity grid, or that we're creating the best jobs in America right here in Texas, or that we have world-class schools, or that we make progress on the things that most of us actually agree on, like expanding Medicaid or legalizing marijuana. Instead, they're focusing on the kind of extremist policies around abortion or permitless carry, or even in our schools, that really only divide us and keep us apart and stop us from working together on the truly big things that we want to achieve for one another. It's a really small vision for such a big state, but it doesn't have to be that way. And I know that together we can get back to being big again, because I saw that in February when the electricity grid failed and those in power failed all of us. It was the people of Texas who were willing to put their differences behind them and get to work doing the job at hand, which meant helping our fellow Texans get through that crisis. We did this out of a sense of duty and responsibility to one another. Now imagine if the governor of Texas felt that same way. Well, there's something that you and I can do about that. I want you to be part of this campaign. And whether that begins today with a campaign contribution, or signing up for a volunteer shift, or just committing yourself to talking with your friends and family about how important this election is, I want you on the team, and I want to win this with you and for all the people of Texas. I'm looking forward to seeing you out there on the campaign trail. Thank you.
Well, Tammy, Greg Abbott is facing challenges in his own party. A lot of people have been very unhappy with him in the state when it comes to the pandemic response, but also not allowing folks to invoke their own mask mandates. And so we know Beto can raise a whole lot of money. The question is, can he rally Texas Democrats and put them over the hump to beat Greg Abbott? Your thoughts?
You know, as a fellow Texan, Roland, we all felt Beto O'Rourke's impact whenever he ran in 2018 against Ted Cruz and narrowly lost to him. So I think that Texas Democrats really need to rally around and support this campaign for governor for this Democratic candidate so that we can actually see some wins and a success of having him beat Greg Abbott, because a lot of Texans, including Republicans, have been, as you mentioned, very disappointed with the way Greg Abbott handled not only the winter storm in February, which paralyzed the state of Texas. I don't think that people truly understand how bad it was, how cold it was, and how many days we were without power. And that impacted not only Democrats, but also Republicans. And we saw a lot of bipartisan efforts being made. But I think that because the Republicans were unhappy with Greg Abbott's response, and they are no longer really liking this very extreme divisiveness from the Trump era. They kind of want to distance themselves from that.
Gotcha.
And he still is kind of reminiscent to that. I think that there's going to be a lot of support. And as long as the Texas Democrats rally around and get it together, we can turn Texas blue.
Bottom line here, Eugene, it's about raising lots of money, being able to rally the base. He came within 2.5 points of beating Ted Cruz. He's got his work cut out for him. But again, he has the advantage of having a lot of people who want to see him win and the ability to raise lots of money.
Look, he'll be able to raise money. He'll be able to organize people. He has a message. The question is, can he grab enough voters to cross over to win the election? The fun stuff of hard right, red meat issues are fun, but they don't matter if my house is cold in the dead of winter because of incompetency, or that I don't have flowing water coming in because of incompetency. When my basic needs are affected by somebody that is incompetent or provides incompetent leadership or decides to skip off to Cancun during the middle of a crisis, I don't care about any of the other fun stuff when my survival's at stake. And I think that, the one smart thing Beto's already done is lead off with the issue of what happened during the winter storm last year when the utilities essentially shut off, not because somebody didn't pay their bill, but because the government failed their people.
And look, the thing here, Omokongo, that's how you go after them and you say, you fail. And then they tried to pass on the cost to fix the problem to the taxpayers. Yeah. Abbott, look, you keep hitting that could resonate with voters.
Absolutely. That was a very Biden-esque message from Beto, because we know that people are going to try to paint him as an extreme with his past comments about guns and so on and so forth. And look, one of the things he has going for him is these infrastructure bills. People that he's going to be able to talk about, this is what's happening. I'm going to help continue these programs that you're starting to see come to our state. And I believe that if he continues on this kind of moderate style path, and as long as we protect the voting rights of the people of Texas and across the country, he has a chance of winning that next election.
Back to that Roland Martin unfiltered video in just one moment.
Time to be smart.
Roland Martin's doing this every day.
Oh, no punches!
Thank you, Roland Martin, for always giving voice to the issues.
Look for Roland Martin in the whirlwind, to quote Marcus Garvey again.
The video looks phenomenal, so I'm really excited to see it on my big screen.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
See, this difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
I got to defer to the brilliance of Dr. Carr and to the brilliance of the Black Star Network.
I am rolling with Roland all the way.
Honored to be on a show that you own. A black man owns the show.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now. Roland was amazing on there.
Stay black. I love y'all.
I can't commend you enough about this platform that you've created for us to be able to share who we are, what we're doing in the world, and the impact that we're having.
Let's be smart. Bring your eyeballs home.
You can't be Black-owned media and be scared.
You dig?